Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. Welcome back to my channel. I have a flip through for you. I've given myself a break from the design team project. Things just didn't work out how I wanted them to work out, so sometimes it's the best way just to step away and start another project, and that's what I've done. And I've gone back to what I usually do, very basic when I started. And yes, and I'm calling this journal Denim and Lace because that's what I used. I used offcuts of denim, and I didn't overpower it with too much lace. It's a writing journal, so you know, I just wanted to do something different and just really basic. Used of course a lot of scraps and bits and bobs, and so let's get into it. It comes with this lovely tie. It's actually a dress from a belt, and I don't use belts on dresses, so I just took it off, and I've popped on a really pretty vintage button. I'll just see if I can see if that'll come up. You can just see the design on there, okay? So, yeah, so that's sort of, you can take that off. And, of course, I used my credit card little charms that I made from credit card, and also the half of a bread clip. And I had this little butterfly pendant here, and I use that because this photo has these butterflies, and it thought that would lend itself. Popped a couple of blue buttons on there. Lovely old wooden button. I've had that for so many years. And this is curtain fabric, was of a sample swatch. And of course, lovely lace here. This is one of my snippet strips that I made. I made some white ones and some cream ones. The white one was sold in the shop, and I kept the cream one. So I've just taken a piece off just to edge it. On the back, I've popped some dictionary paper on here and stitched around it. And then I've just popped on this lace trim and stitched that on. And on the back, same thing. It's beautiful dictionary paper. And I've made some tabs here from the denim. All right, let's venture inside. Now, this stands up as well, this journal, which is great. It's a bit stiff because I did a fair bit of gluing and sewing, but it's okay. I've used a pocket, and here's just a bit of ephemera. Pretty little lace trim. This was off a embroidery book, and I cut that out and had that for a long time, and I thought that would look really nice there. And this is just craft paper from a paper pad that I had, again, from quite a while. So I'm using up a lot of my things that I had over a period of time, and I've made that into a pocket. And that's actually the back of the paper pad that had all the different pages on it. So you can, you can use that as a tag. So I kept it flat. So I've kept this journal. It has bits and bobs in it, but it's not overpowering. So it's definitely a writing journal. I folded a lot of the pages to make tucks so you can pop some papers in. And what I've done with the papers when I trimmed them, which is right here, I used a different colour and just put an edge on it just to strengthen it, and it also just gives it a bit of character. Sorry about the shade here, I just don't know how to get rid of that. The shadows, I should say. And some writing paper, and you can just flip that out and flip that out. Again, tea dyed music paper. Again, here's a strip that I just put on the edge, This is from a calendar. Again, I've used a strip here. This is actually from a paper pad that I coffee dyed as well. And then instead of cutting it off on the bottom or the top and leaves you with more pieces, I actually folded it over. Here I've used a coffee filter, a pocket for you to pop some things in, and I've just popped this little swatch there. Paper bag, and this actually has an old, very old page, but still very sturdy, from a German book. And this was part of Happy Mail. Okay, so you can journal on the back of that. So like I said, lots of really nice papers, nice and crinkly papers, writing pages. Instead of trimming them off, you know, I've just folded them. Here's one of my papers that I collared in my books, and I've cut that out, and has the pianola paper and music paper there, and I've just cut it to make a pocket, and you can pop some paper in here like I have here. And this is just a paper clip. This is just a little tag with a cutout of something, and I've just popped that on there. And I've put the little bits of thread that I used to take off when I did some fringing. And on the back is a piece of that scrapbook paper, and I've just popped on some of that nice white paper lace, and it's just a little booklet. And again, you've got a tuck here, and here I've used it on here, some just writing paper, and I've left I did different stitching. It's like a basting stitch where you start in the middle, come down, and then you fold it over the page and come back. And it depends how many stitches you do. I probably should have done another one here, but I didn't. And then you fold it back and come this way. Either way, it doesn't matter. But it lays flat, so it's not a 3-stitch pamphlet stitch. It's like a basting stitch. And I just can't remember whose video I watched, because I watched so many videos in regard to just different ways of, other ways of binding the signatures to the journal. So and we all do the 3 pamphlet stitch, so I just wanted to do something different, so it lies a bit more flatter, so you can journal in it, or it's easier. Here I had a bit of music paper, and it was in my way for so long, so and I've made it so it's a little tuck spot just there. Here I've done another piece. Okay, so this was just normal brown paper, and then I had just plain coffee dyed paper, and I've just glued that on the edge, and again I just flipped over the edges. It looks quite effective. There's the other end of the paper bag. This has got the Warriolda Sports Council here from here in my town, and it's for the footy games, so just a ticket there. The other part of the coffee filter. So as you can see, lots of journaling, and you can flip this. I didn't glue this, but here again I've put some of the different paper on here just for interest. The other side of the that calendar, and because it was so long, I trimmed it off, and again I've used it on the edge. It coincides, And same here again, I've just made it so you can, lots of journaling, and this just flips open, so they're not all glued shut. This has got a tuck, so you can pop something in here. Okay, so that's the first signature. And here I've made a belly band with some cardstock, light cardstock, and I had snippets of the fabric, and I just frayed it and just zigzagged it on there just for some interest. And here is some paper, and what I did is I just edged it with one of the cut-offs that I'd had, and there, and just pop that in there. Here's the other part of the collard sheet. Here's my Franken papers that I've made a long time ago, and I had another set left, so I'm using it myself. Little doily and a bow there. This is just a paper bow. And another tuck. You know, you can use it as a tuck this way, use it as a tuck, use it as a tuck. And this was a bit long, so I just folded over and made a little tuck, and I've just popped in a ticket and some of the white paper trim, so whoever purchased this might want to put it somewhere and use it, because that's the only piece left. No use me hanging on to it. And here again, I've just done a bit of edging, and you can just flip that out. This was from a takeaway shop, and it's got writing on it, full of flavour. I think it might have been a bakery or something, and I kept it, and I coffee dyed it on a rack, and that's why all the lines are there. But don't we just like all that crinkling? Here I've done another one, and this time I used a book page. I think it looks really effective. Another calendar. And we come to this centre of the signature, and again you've got another little booklet and a tag. This one is just glued up on the top here. This one is just folded over. Look at that lovely coffee stain. More coffee stains, lots of coffee stains. Here I've made a double tuck, so you can pop something in here and pop something in there. And all I've done is I've used some more of that scrapbook paper, which looks like denim. This was a gift bag, and this was of course the edge of a page, and I've just popped in scraps of paper on that. And of course we've got a little denim tags. Here I've used a strip of paper that I cut off. It's the same paper, and it was so long, instead of cutting it off, I just pleated it and just stitched it on. How cool is that? There you go. And then here you've got a tuck. This is out of a stamp book. And I do believe this might have been from Happy Mail, or did I buy a pack? I can't remember. It's been a couple of years. From Bonny and Clive. If you're watching, Bonnie, there it is. And here again, I trimmed the page with the line piece that I cut off. I mean, it looks pretty effective, doesn't it? I just made a tab here to close this, because I folded up, and I've just used one of my handmade tags there. And this is the belt loop that I cut in half and used that. Did a little bit of stamping there. Then on here I've used some more of that lace white paper trim. Here I've made a little index card, did a bit of stamping, and I've left this because you might want to journal on it. Here I've used the label of the jeans, and yes, I know it's made in China. Street Jeans Company, and I've put a whole bunch of little tickets in here. Some are original tickets. And this I've just folded over. You can pop something in there if you like. Here I've used, this is a little, now this little bag, I have to show you. You might you will remember, if you've been a follower and watched my videos in regard to my stamp collection that my dad brought over from Germany in 1965, and I finally ended up opening the box. It took me quite a while because you get quite emotional, and I used to hunt for stamps with him in Germany. My parents lived in I think it was a 3 or 4 story unit, and he was the caretaker, so he had the bottom unit, and we also had a cellar, and in the cellar was this huge heap of envelopes, because the building was an office building, so all the old envelopes used to get dumped there. And I'm telling no lie, the heap must have been about 3 by 4 meters high. It was huge. And we used to rummage around those envelopes, and Dad would collect stamps, and that's how he got hold of a lot of the stamps. So, and I still have this original envelope, and it's put on here in German, Italiana, which means it's Italian stamps. And of course, when I took all the stamps out of the box and put them in my book that I have now, I took a lot of the stamps out, and that were in these little bags. I mean, how cute are they? I mean, look at the envelope. So you're talking from 65 till now and before 65. So, you know, it's, yeah, it just, I still get emotional, but, you know, not that bad anymore. So what I've done is I've used little snippets of lace that were floating around on my table at the time, and I've just popped them in there, and you can use them as in, you know, in the journal to embellish. Right, sorry about that, I'll just ramble on a little bit, get a bit emotional. So yeah, so more coffee dyed tea stone papers, lined papers. Here I've used one of the stamps, of course, and made a stamp cluster, and then here's the backing of that paper pad that shows you all the pages that are in that paper pad. So I keep these as well, and, you know, use it as a tag, and I've just popped that in there. And, oh, where'd you come from? Okay, I better find you a home. That's the other side of the, I'm sure this was from Bonny and Clive. If you're watching this, Bonnie, jog my memory. And then on the back here, we have a pocket and another one tagged with a belt loop, and another pocket here. And here is a page from my condensed Reader's Digest book, but it looks so pretty, and you can journal on, or you can use it. And I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't got my glasses on, so I don't even know the year of this. I don't think it's on the back, because this, I think, first published, doesn't say. Anyway, so yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. And again, I've used a bit of cotton trim here, the lace. So yeah, so I'll see if I can find a home for this one, and I'll put that, can I put it in here? No. That goes in there. That's got one in here. Maybe just another tuck somewhere. What about there? There you go. Okay, so that's the end of that. So yeah, so it has 3 signatures, and I think each signature holds between 14, it's either 14 or 15 pages. So yeah, so there's a lot of pages there, okay? And the paper clips, of course, I kept them just normal little paper clips. I just wanted to keep this journal simple, because I know there are people there that don't like all the razzmatazz, and they just want a nice journal that's still nice, feel touchy, and plenty of room to write in. All right, so that's it for the time being. And I do have another project on the go, and, well, I started it, and I'll probably do a short on my channel so that you get to see what it is. So it won't be like a post, like a video. It'll be a short reel. So watch out for that one and give you an idea what I'm doing. So yeah, so it's been fun making this. And yeah, so anyway, I hope to catch you in the next. Actually, I might just do a quick measurement here. It is 5.5 inches or 13.5 centimeters by 8, which equates to about 20 centimeters. So it was a Reader's Digest book. All right then, you know what you've got to do. Happy crafting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.